always so glad when I can sit with an author. And that's what she is. We know and we love her as Lady Montano, the mother of Marshall Montano. But over the last, and I'm not sure how long, but I'm sure this project was not a fly-by-night project, and she's been working on the King of Soca. The ultimate, I just like the little caption, the ultimate inside reveals how Marshall Montano became one of the world's most popular soca artists. And that's a story that I think all Trinbagonians, all fans of soca around the Caribbean and the world will want to get some insight on. And there was nobody better to tell that story than his mother, his momager at one time. You managed him for how long you managed him for?
Up to 2014.
So that was like from his
35 years.
35 years. No other better person, more qualified, Aleezah, to tell this story than Lady Montano. I'm joined by Aleezah. Aleezah is very much part of the fabric of what the Montano clan represents. She's a hard-working soul behind the scenes. You're a teacher now. So let's do this first. I want to say cheers and congratulations to you, lady.
Thank you very much. Thank you, my very
I really thought this was, when I saw it coming to being, I said, yeah, this is the kind of things that need to happen. We need to tell our stories, and this is one of our stories, one of our national icons, and we need to tell our stories.
And I want to congratulate you. We are celebrating 40 years in the business, and you are celebrating 10 years.
10 years next year, yes, 10 years next year. I don't want to rush it too much. But let's start there because this book came about based on the 40-year milestone. At least that's what it looks like on the surface.
Yeah.
But I want to take you back to when you conceptualized that you wanted to put this in writing, put this story in writing.
Well, if you know me, I'm what you call a professional student.
Right.
So in 2018, I graduated with my MPhil in Cultural Studies.
Right.
And I did my thesis on Marshall, or you call it a dissertation. And it was looking at where they were doubting the authentic culture is being affected when you, like if we collaborate with another genre. So I was looking at it and saying, no, this doesn't happen, it enhances it. And I did it for Marshall. I looked over all the different eras. Mm-hmm. And we had about 4 eras. I started with the early years, and then I went with the Winer Boy period, then we did the HD period, and then we did the Monk. And the Monk is divided in two. Like we go from 2015 to 2019, he had what you call the Monk is the movement of new knowledge.
Right.
And in 2019, Marshall said that no knowledge is new, knowledge is always there. But it was when I got to know this knowledge, so he renamed it to the movement of now knowing. And that went on, and then we have where Marshall has evolved into or developed into a very spiritual man doing his yoga and meditation, and then now he's actually studying.
Yeah.
So the book contains
the entire 40 years.
Yes.
40 year history.
And the book is divided up into that.
In those eras, as you spoke about.
Yes.
You know, you're going back in those eras, and you wouldn't believe, right? But I said I've been a fan of Marshall, and and you could ask my wife, I would have seen the evolution of the different eras. I saw from the Winer Boy, and I saw him move from the HD, and the music went in a different direction, and the style. I literally, as you were saying it, I saw it happening as I came through the years as a fan.
This is the end of another era, and he's
it is. Yeah, now he's a Toko man, and he planting,
and he's doing his masters.
So he's doing his masters
in
now as well.
Carnival studies, and of course he is doing his meditation and yoga, and his wife is also involved in it. So it's a total
evolution. I want to go back, lady, to how you felt as a mother, and penning this story. Your son meant so much more to the wider Caribbean, to the wider world. You put him out there at a very tender age. What it meant for you to go back and rewrite and relive this story?
Well, I didn't have to do much going back because I'm also...
It's 40 years.
But I kept everything.
Right.
from the very beginning. So in the book, you'll have a lot of archival material.
Yeah.
You'll have all the newspaper articles. I have them there. I have the songs. I have pictures. I have them in the diaper. And then we also collected. We still have the actual diaper that Michelle sang in 1986. So I had all that material, and then it's there in the brain. I can't forget it, and I believe that if you have knowledge, it means nothing if you don't share it. You know, and I just have it. I could say it off. You know, I could rattle it off. I didn't have to actually go to any book or anything, but to be professional and to really the standards of what I want to write, I did do it, you know, professionally. But it's all in my head.
Yeah. You feel proud?
I am very proud. Like when people say, not only proud of Marcus, but proud of Marcus and Michelle, and not only because people say, oh gosh, are you proud that your son is a big pilot, Marcus, or you proud that Michelle is the big entertainer? I tell them, no, I'm proud as a parent because Monty and I took time to instill certain core values in these boys, and now I look at them as men and I see it manifest in them. You know, I look at Michelle, for example. I didn't have to tell him to go back to school, but he see Monty and I studying, and we come from that academic background, and he just follow suit. Yeah, and very seriously too, you know. So
the book, what message? Because you keep speaking about a message outside of the joy of reading Michelle's story. There must be a message that you had in mind while putting this together. Whether it's for the next generation of soca artists, the next generation of entertainers. Was that in your mind at all when you were putting this together?
Well, it is for anybody who wants to read or who wants to know what it takes to be successful. You don't have to do it the way Michelle did it, but it will show you things like hard work, being resilient, because it wasn't a straight road. You know, it was very difficult for us, but because we had a very strong support system, because Michelle will be up late doing whatever he's doing, and he does it seriously, you know, and these are the things that will help you. For example, Michelle will not only do something for himself, but he will share with others. He has never done anything by himself, you know. Also, in our home, we brought children into the home. Just today, Marcus was saying that our house was open, you know, to the village children, and you see our children doing that same thing. So in this book, I want that lesson that you don't have to feel that you have to be big or be anybody to be successful. As long as you put your mind to it and you have certain values, you are going to achieve it. And I brought this out in the book, but I said this is not a Bible. This is just an example of something. I also wrote it too because there are a lot of misconceptions out there about Michelle, about us and everything, and I wanted to sort of give the facts, you know, fix the fake news. You know, I remember a simple thing as I was invited to Cuba where they were doing something on Michelle, and one of the speakers came out and he said, yes, and Michelle did this collaboration with Alison Hines called Faluma. Michelle never did any Faluma with Alison Hines. So how could this information go there? Why didn't they ask me? Because I'm always willing to share. So some of these things, you know, and then other things that people, I remember when they had this whole big controversy
the rumors about Montano went far away.
Yes, when they talk about, remember when they had the permission to wine? Right. And Michelle was in a party and he used it just as something to introduce the song, and they went to town on it. You know, and there are a lot of things like that, so that it's cleared up in there.
That was important for you as well, as a mother?
Well,
I like that. Hashtag fix the fake news, because there's a lot of fake news out there.
Yeah,
and I like that.
And you know, we one of the things, for example, people say a lot of things about us, right? And people say a lot of things about other people. And a lot of people answer back, and they give the next person the power. One of the things I say is, the worst thing you could do somebody is to ignore them. And we don't answer. When people say so many things, but remember, Michelle had this very strong support system, so he doesn't have to answer. And I tell my children, and I say it all the time, what people say about you must be like water on a duck's back, rolling off. And you have to know your truth. And as long as you know it is a thing. Only one time we say, this person overdoing it. We had to answer Dr. Mashup. You remember Dr. Mashup?
If I remember Dr. Mashup, I jump high and low to Dr. Mashup. I enjoyed for a while it was going on because but that was a period that I think that the book tells the story of Marshall from inception to now. Does it go beyond that, lady, in terms of, like, for instance, your own wishes and dreams?
No, my own wishes will come in my memoir.
Right, so that's
Or
not,
my
that's not
autobiography.
here.
This is a biography.
Right.
And then Marshall will tell his autobiography where he will tell his side of the story.
Right.
But remember,
So that's to come.
and here I am called the ultimate insider because there is nobody else.
Nobody else, no.
Nobody else. I know all the dark days and the dark nights, and when he will call me, and I will leave where I'm living and I will go, and we taught our children always to feel comfortable enough to talk to us.
Yeah.
And they did, so I am the ultimate insider.
I know many people would have said it to you before, but I want to say thank you because, as I said, our stories are not told enough, and this is a story for all of us fans of Soca, fans of Marshall over the years. This story needed to be told. This is mine, lady. I can keep this one.
Let me show you.
Because I can't wait to get reading.
This one was autographed both by Marshall and myself
Hey, oh, Jesus.
for your contribution.
But look, my name on it. Thank you for your my name on it. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I literally cannot wait to get reading. This is something that once I saw it out, I said, Lord, I have to put my hands on it and take a read. And so, outside of the book, I think there are things that it would be offered because this is a perfect Christmas gift. I mean, for any fans of Soca around the world, this is a perfect Christmas gift. It's available nationwide.
Yes.
Nationwide and
Online.
also online.
Online as well.
Yeah.
Online how?
www.marshallmontano.com.
On his website. On
Yes,
the website.
and www.marshallmontano.com/shop.
Shop. And you could order the book anywhere.
Yeah.
You can buy it from any bookstore. You can
Yeah.
even order
It's
it from
available
us.
both in Trinidad and Tobago.
Right. Excellent. And there's some lovely gift packages because I know the Montano's chocolate brand
Right, so-
is a serious thing now.
Yes, it is.
And this
So-
is the lady who markets.
That is the lady responsible for
They call me
that.
chocolate girl.
The chocolate girl.
So, I mean, for those who don't know, but we also have the Montano's Chocolate Company,
Yes.
this started up in 2014 when they launched the chocolate for the Happy Nation. That year, Marshall Monday was themed Happy Nation
Yes.
because it fell on Valentine's Day.
Right.
So from there, it kind of took root there. But basically, the actual Montano's Chocolate Factory was launched last year, November. Actually, this year is a year for us. So we launched the factory in November 2021. So this year now, with the introduction of the book, because there's also a part of the book that speaks about when Soca meets Coco. So that story is also in there. So we kind of brought the two together for Christmas, and we offer in packages such as this, where you could get the book, the chocolates, cocoa powder, and a t-shirt or
t-shirt
some
and
other
everything.
form of merchandise.
And can order on the website
Yes,
as well.
it could be ordered, or you could also call us at the office
Right.
and get it specially made.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
When chocolate meet cocoa, she said about the factory being a year old. Have you reached the stage now, guys, where you guys are now manufacturing and
Yes, we are manufacturing our own
our
chocolate.
own
And
chocolate?
We also
Marcus
do our-
runs the.
Yeah, so Marcus Montano is the managing director.
Right.
So he's our boss.
Yes.
Yes. That Montano.
That Montano, the other Montano.
The other Montano.
He's the brand manager. Marshall
Yeah.
is the
Right,
brand
right,
manager.
right.
Or the brand ambassador.
Yeah, Marshall is our brand ambassador because, of course, everybody knows Marshall Montano
yes,
to the
yes.
point where, the Marshall chocolate now.
Yeah,
You
the
know?
Marshall chocolate.
The Marshall chocolate, yeah. So, so we are actually manufacturing and also distributing our own chocolates.
Nice.
Yeah.
Excellent. Congratulations.
Yes.
Lady, thank you very much for sharing, and I hope you enjoyed the food that you've had.
Oh yes, it
It has
was
been
beautiful.
such, it has been such a challenge always cooking for you.
Oh gosh,
You give me a headache every time that I say I want Lady to come on the show, but what
I don't like to be a headache. You
No,
know.
not a headache. I've never said a headache. I said a challenge, which I accept every time you come up because I love having you here. So don't be a
Thank
stranger.
you very much.
Don't be
you
a
know.
stranger.
And we are leaving this for your wife.
Yo, yeah.
Yes.
We gave you this
Does she making noise in the background there?
for your wife.
That's all.
You can wrap it and give her. You
Well,
know,
I
she
don't know if
doesn't
you
I
want-
know,
I'm
but
not-
you
I'm
can
not too
save me some
sure.
money.
Well, I'm not sure if you really want to wear a pink Marshall t-shirt.
Right, got
But
you.
you know,
Oh, I'm
it's
saying.
that's for you.
Oh, that's
That could have been Christmas wrapped up there. I didn't know.
All you can do is put it in a different.
Yeah, the front package, you know.
Thank you very much, guys. We're
most
going to take you
welcome.
out.